You see it yet? Oh boy. You see it yet? Oh man. Well, hey there, everybody. I'm gonna have to restart this because Rob Drew's computer shut off. Oh boy. You see it yet? Oh man. Well, hey there, everybody. I'm gonna have to restart this because. So, what's up, John? First one in the game. I'm gonna see if I can get Rob Drew back on here. So, hold tight. Where are you at here? Hold tight for 1 second. Let me see if we can do this. All right. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Danny, Terrence, Joshua, Tyler. Damn. It's Jeremy because 2020, dude. Totally. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up there if you can hear me. I know it's a little bit of a delay, but I'm trying to get Rob back in. I'm going to text him right now. All right, so oh man, he's back up. Okay, hang on. Let me see. Hold tight 1 second. Let me see. Okay, we're going to admit him.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Okay, he's coming back, guys. So I think everybody can hear us.
Computer malfunction. Sorry about that.
Okay. He's coming back, guys. So I think everybody can hear us.
Computer malfunction. Where's that audio coming from?
Okay, hang on.
Sorry about that.
Hang on. I'm going to fix it. Okay. Better? No more audio feedback?
I don't hear the repetition right now.
Okay, yeah. So I'm out of the game. I'm a little bit out of practice. So I had to get I was watching you on YouTube talking. And so, dude, it was just like a parallel universe. So hang on. I'm going to pull it up. Come on. My channel. Okay, we're live. So I'm going to turn this down. So I think we got it figured out. All right, dude. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think we got it. Okay. We're good to go. We're back. It's been a few weeks. I'll apologize. I'll own that one. I was in Phoenix. We planned to do one in Phoenix, but things were just a little busy and we couldn't. And then it was hectic getting back, to say the least. And so now we're here. Wasn't much lead time, but whatever. We're doing it. We don't have a specific topic, but at the end of the day, we're here. And we said we'd do one a week. And I texted you earlier and said, dude, we just have to do something. Yeah. So we can get back and we can at least say we did it this week. So what's happening with you? Anything new?
Just scrambling.
For what?
Working with Ryan. It's just been crazy. You know, we're getting out there every day trying to capture good light. And, you know, we're on the mountain in the dark waiting for the sun to come up, and it's just clouds blocking the light, ruining our efforts.
Your efforts. So you're trying to capture some cool footage?
Yes, we're working on a magical project right now.
Magical project. All right. Jeremy, I think, is asking me, how's my elbow? If you're asking me how my elbow is, it's good. My elbow wasn't bad.
Miraculous healing.
We got some good feedback. Somebody else asked how my elbow was. We got some good feedback on that video.
I guess you need to crash more, is what they're telling you.
Yeah, I didn't plan to crash, but it happened. And, I was excited because there was very minimal damage. And I think that it played well. I'm sure as hell not going to crash on purpose for a video. Not going to do that. But
It looked really bad in person. My reaction was spontaneous and natural because it looked like it was bad.
it was funny because somebody made a comment about you saying "oh shit," and I thought it just played really well. Dude, my whole right side of my leg is bruised right now.
I bet it looked like your hip went right into that chunk of rocks on the trail. From where I was, that's what it looked like.
It did. Yeah, it was it didn't hurt then, but like for the past couple of days and today, dude, it's just all bruised and black and blue. Getting old sucks, man. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that slow recovery. So it was good. His video, it was a cool video. I wasn't sure exactly what we were going to do, and that one just kind of surfaced. It made itself known, and I think it was fun because I've hit that section before and I've never hit it anywhere like that. So it was really neat to have you break it down and then go through and hit it and get more and more comfortable with it. And
yeah, and watching your comfort level rise, and you were just creating a lot more force every time you went through. It was pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, it was funny because that one time you're like, dude, you're the sound of your tires. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear it. So
it was cool in person.
Yeah, it was good. So let me there's a couple. I got my phone up, so I'm looking at these. A lot of people talking about coming out to New York and some other places, Minnesota. That's all being worked on. Like I know I've said it many times. I would love to come to New York, and hopefully it'll work out and we'll get to New York. There's just so much going on behind the scenes right now that it's not even worth talking about because we don't know what's going on. Like literally even if we wanted to plan a schedule right now, we can't because we don't know what's going to happen when. And we're getting to the point where we'll be able to just plan a schedule. But again, it's difficult. Like Rob's got a shop. He's got a collision repair shop, but
I got a job.
It's hard to plan something like this because, I mean, for me, for everybody watching, I have a family. It's not like I can just hop in my van in my trailer and start driving around the country. My family has to come with me for some of that at the very least. And so traveling back and forth, there's just a lot of logistics involved. I would rather they come with me, but I mean, think about the cost of an Airbnb for a week or two in some of these different cities. It starts to really, really mount, and we're not nomads by nature. So we're not going to live in our van. We're not going to sleep in the van. So,
and our parents didn't leave us a wealth of cash.
We don't have a wealth of cash, but somebody there, NWAMTB says, come to Bentonville. I'm in Bentonville. And it's funny because every time we do a clinic in Bentonville, very few people ever come from Bentonville. It's people coming from out of town. So I've said it many times. The schedule is getting worked on. I'm looking at, like, I'm okay saying this is the rough idea right now. So for the 44 people watching, hopefully in one of these cities, the current plan is to try to start the year in Florida. So lower Florida on up into the middle of Florida, and then come back into Texas, do a little Houston, San Antonio, Austin, if I can find a place, and then head out to Phoenix. And then from Phoenix, hopefully hit Vegas, Southern California, maybe a San Diego stop, and then back into Phoenix. And then, hey, guess what time it is then? It's hopefully Sedona Mountain Bike Festival time. So that's going to be the plan. And then
I very much hope they're able to pull it together.
Yeah. Then we'll probably get a couple Dallas stops around March and then back into the Bentonville area. And NWAMTB, yes, if you see me filming, please say hi. A lot of people have said stuff like that. Dude, I saw you filming. I saw you doing something today. I'm like, dude, why didn't you stop? Stop and say hi. Like, don't, unless we're in the middle. Yeah, hell, whatever. Even if we're in the middle of a take, say something. The videos are all real. It's not like it's Hollywood cinema or anything.
Do you like Happy Gilmore? You suck, jackass.
Karen talked about the NEMBA Fest. I would love to do the NEMBA Fest. I'd love to be there for that if it goes down. But last time I asked somebody, they said they didn't know. There's a lot of unknowns right now with the Kingdom Trails, which I've heard are legit.
I thought they closed that down.
I thought they did too. I don't know. But
yeah, I was talking to Craig.
Oh yeah, so he
said that. Yeah, he said they closed them.
Yeah, that's a bummer. I think there's other trails nearby that they maybe might have the NEMBA Fest at. I don't. Who knows? You know, festivals next year. We're still trying to figure it out. All we can do is kind of deal with what we have right now. We have something really, really cool that we're gonna do. We're still trying to figure out some things. And I would say probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll talk about that. We're trying to get all the pieces together because it's going to be rad and it's going to be a pretty big component of the year. And a lot of the middle of the year is going to be based around that.
I can't wait to hear about it. It sounds so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So once we get a few more things figured out, with a few more companies. So anybody's in this game knows right now is
the window is open, but it's closing.
It's contract season, whatever the hell you want to call it. And Edward said it, too much.
The silly season.
Yeah. Too much uncertainty in the world because of COVID-19. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of uncertainty because of COVID-19, but still, it's contract season. So now is the time.
This is the time of year where all the companies are dialing in their budgets. They're deciding who they're going to keep and who they're going to clip and who they want to get and who's available. And so it's musical chairs right now.
Yeah.
Music's playing.
The music is playing. Yeah. And it's just an interesting time. So we're trying to do everything we can to get ourselves in a position to keep doing this on a bigger scale and help people out. So we'll definitely get into that. My man, Russell Brebner, has a really good question though. How to find the balance between being deliberate and focused on learning new skills versus riding in that relaxed flow state where it's just coming naturally. We have had this conversation a couple of times. I've had it a lot with my wife. I think you need to find that balance, but being deliberate about that balance, I think, is key, in my opinion. Like, go ride. You're riding to have fun. You should always be having fun. But I think finding a way to mix in some element, some percentage of trying to become better. And for me, it's interesting for me because it's going to dictate, or it's going to depend on what bike I'm on. So for example, I got out and rode today. I hopped on the Specialized Epic Evo, which it's not my first choice of bike right now because I have a lot of really cool bikes. And I got on it and I went out and rode and just kind of was playing and jibbing around. And it just felt good. Like I came through this section I normally ride and manualed 3 times further than I normally do. And it's like a rolling trail. And so then instantly I was all fired up and I thought, no, this is going to be cool. I'm going to, I think, have way more fun on this ride than I thought I would. And I came into that jump section where the metal wall ride is and just ripped it. Like I was on a big BMX bike, and that bike gets going so fast, so quickly that it's easy to over jump things. And dude, it's not very forgiving at 120 millimeters. So it instantly turned into ride as fast, not as fast as I can, but try to carry a lot of speed, but be very precise. Like, no, you can't just mash through things. And talk about polar opposites, dude. I've been riding the Enduro. So I come off a 170 monster truck onto a 120 millimeter Ferrari. And so it was fun because part of the challenge was have fun, ride as fast as that bike wants to go, but not break a wheel or break the bike or break myself.
Break yourself, especially.
So yeah, I think that's, I don't know. I think it's a good thing to think about, Russell. You know, everybody, I'm a big proponent of always getting better, Like always try to get better. It's going to be in small percentages. Some days you'll make these big leaps, and some days you'll regress a little bit. But I think if you always try to get a little bit better, you're only going to have more fun.
Well, I think comfort comes with experience. And the analogy that I like to use at the Ride Series clinics, think of like if somebody who's afraid of a dog. What they're afraid of is the dog biting them. And the fear that they have causes them to emanate something that upsets the dog and makes him more likely to bite them. So they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the same thing when you're not comfortable on the bike. It's not something that you choose. You don't say, I think I'll go out and ride and be horribly uncomfortable and apprehensive. That's a byproduct of not being comfortable. So the way that I work around it, because another thing we touched on one of our previous discussions was coming back from injury. Even at the level that I normally ride, when I'm hurt and I'm off the bike and I'm coming back and that's in my mind, it causes me to be in that state of apprehension and fear. And those are the feelings that will cause you to hurt yourself. That's when mistakes occur. And so to get yourself in a place of comfort starts with find a place on a trail that's familiar to you and practice a session over and over again and get comfortable with it. When you get to the point where you know what to expect, confidence comes because you're not out of your depth. You're in a position of comfort and you have knowledge and you can apply it. And that's what brings confidence.
Russ Green, there's your answer, dude. Russ Green he basically said small drops and jumps starting to feel okay, but how do you know when you're ready for bigger and higher consequence features?
I had a wild animal pass through.
I saw that, dude. A cheetah.
Yeah.
I think you did a good job answering that. Russ, dude, the best thing I can tell you, and this is what we say to people at the clinics, is don't get lucky. Kyle Warner said it best. He's like, dude, I want to know 80%. If I'm confident there's an 80% probability of success, then I'll give it a try. But I think it's taking time.
Well, living to ride another day is the key to success.
Yeah, but again, if you're a lower time rider, you don't have sometimes the ability to understand what makes sense and what doesn't. Like we know, and we look at it and go, dude, why would you think of doing that? Doesn't make any sense. But for some people, it's not quite there yet. So what I would say is err on the side of caution. Like you said, ride another day, live to ride another day. And don't think about what people are thinking who are there. And it's a bummer because I see that here.
Yeah, don't let peer pressure harpoon you.
You don't see it anywhere near as much as I do. Dude, I was riding around with a group of rad dudes today from Minnesota. Dude, the Minnesotans, they're descending. I saw like 20 of them today. They're everywhere. And
well, I'm sure it's sub popsicle where they come from.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. But even then, when it's freezing here, they're cruising around in shorts and t-shirts. Like, this is great. I'm a little warm, but it's amazing.
Let's jump in the creek and take a swim.
Yeah, but of course, we came up to Slaughter Pen and we see the lights of the EMS, and it's just a bummer because
my boys.
It's people coming in. They're not comfortable, and they either don't pre-ride, re-ride, free ride, or they know what's there and they get a little overconfident and hit it. So, it's tough, man. 75 people, dude. Sacks on fire. Are you still planning to do a ride series in Vegas? Yes, planning to do a ride series in Vegas. So we'll let you know.
Our man in Vegas, Brian Masters, is gonna set the stage for us.
Looking at it, Family Gaming, one bike that did both adequate. What do you think?
That did both adequate.
I wonder if there was something earlier. I'm looking. Yeah, I don't know. Well, dude, if you had to have if you had to pick one bike in your fleet, in your stable, what would it be and why?
Right now, it would be the Switchblade.
Ooh, okay. And again, that's for where you are.
Yeah, correct.
Riding.
Yeah, that has everything to do with where I live and what I ride
on. For me, That's a tough one. You know what? I think I know what my answer is going to be. And it's got to be all around. Like, what is the best all around bike for me here? Levo SL. Levo SL, because it's a very capable trail bike, but it's double my power and I can get twice as far. So,
Yeah. So I would love to have, in the stable, I think an e-bike for me is mandatory.
oh yeah.
But if I had to just have one bike, I really enjoy descending, and I haven't ridden the SL, so I can't speak to that. It doesn't have the weight of a full size e-bike, but when you're looking 45, 50 pounds, that gets to be a lot to manage on really steep stuff. That weight becomes noticeable, and slowing it down, and
Ooh.
the weight creates great grip in the turns, and it's fun to ride because my moto background likes it. But some of the loose stuff that we ride, like Eliminator, I mean, it's frightening when you're trying to slow that thing down.
Just riding a trail called Eliminator is frightening.
That's true.
Tony here, Tony Montione, riding the 6 inches between the ears, so important. So I agree, dude. Using your brain. Yeah, it's
your best weapon.
It is. It is your best. It is your best weapon. Yeah, Colin Hodges. I don't know if you've ever met Colin, Rob.
The name sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, he was a Dallas guy before, and he moved out. Big Cedar guy at one point. Which, dude, by the way, they're blowing Big Cedar up, man. They're doing some rad things down there.
I see. I follow Dorba on my.
Yeah, what he says is the way trails are built in NWA.
Actually, I follow Big Cedar on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been seeing what they're doing.
They're very confidence inspiring, and that causes some issues. And it's true, it does. And it's a tough balance. Do you not build it that way, or do you build it that way and hope people temper themselves and do what they should do? We see it all the time. So
it's a constant struggle. Think back to when we were running the motocross track.
Yep.
You got half the group complaining that the track's lame and easy, and then so you try to spice it up, and then the other half complains it's too difficult and dangerous, and you literally can't win.
Yeah, it's tough. Here, I think they're doing a really good job of it because they're trying to build trails that are suitable for almost everybody. Let's just say that. Like, not the best in the world, but it's people who, and again, dude, we're outliers.
Yeah, but it's different when you're dealing with professionals who are hired to do this versus people who are volunteering. They're putting in their time, they're trying to do a good thing, but it's not what they do for a living. And so they're coming in because they're putting their time in, they're coming in with an objective, I think, to do what they want. And that may not be what's best for everybody.
Yeah, it's hard. Are you ever going to make it good for everybody? You have to kind of exist in the middle, I think. A prime example is this place and calling it the mountain bike capital of the world. I think that's a pretty true statement, because if you go by the percentages of people who ride mountain bikes, the sheer percentage would appreciate riding in a place like this versus anywhere else. By the numbers, the higher percentage of people riding a mountain bike do not want to ride on mountains. They would rather ride this sort of stuff.
No comment.
That's fine. You don't have to comment because you're not here. There's a lot more to it, but there's so much more going on. Like Joshua Walter said, he doesn't see me ride Kessler a lot. Do I like the trails there? Have I ridden the new trails in Centennial? I haven't ridden them yet.
Haven't I been to Kessler?
You raced at Kessler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've been there.
They built so much more now. So
well, there was so much cool stuff that they didn't use in the race. I was like, why didn't they ride this part?
Just wait.
Actually, I think I've seen videos of the stuff that I thought was cool.
Yeah, dude, I showed you that video of Chad, my buddy Chad here, crashing. The one where he landed and just flipped off and it made that noise, and he was fine. He thought he broke his face.
Yeah, that looked like it.
Yeah, he didn't break his face. But yeah, I'm going to get down to Centennial. I want to go down there and make a video. So yeah, there's so much stuff being built here, and it's just very different. It's hard. Again, dude, you haven't been here in so long. When you
I know it's a completely different place now.
And it's going to be completely different even later. So yeah, it's
that's great for me because every time I come back, it's like a new experience.
Well, and I think you'll like it more now because it's a little bit more diverse. And I think there's some more things that we could session and have fun. And especially if we have bikes. If we have e-bikes. On e-bikes, it would be a big difference. I want to jump around here really quick because my man Lance had a great question. It's first enduro this week. So he's going to roll down to Beverly Peak for a team trail party event. And
team trail party events are a good time. I can't wait to get out to the next one of those because the one that I did was fantastic.
Yeah, he said, any advice for a beginner?
I'm just enjoy, be open to enjoy the experience. That's all.
I'll echo that. Have fun. Anybody else out there watching, listening, if you're going to ride an enduro, have fun. And the reason I say that, it's not set up for you to win. And take that for what it's worth. Like until you ride pro, there's no parity. There's always going to be somebody riding in your class that shouldn't be riding in your class because they want to win. And it's a bummer, but that's just the way it goes. And if you focus on yourself and having fun, you'll get the most enjoyment out of it. You're racing yourself. If you get done with a weekend and you can say, I had 8 great stages, that's a win. You know, if you are on the podium, awesome. If you're 5th, great. You had 5th in you. If you're 12th, you had 12th in you. But did you have fun? Did you learn some things? Did you make some new friends? I mean, that's more what it's about. So that's my advice, dude. Have fun and don't override. Rob, tell them.
The great thing about the trail party format is you can take it slow. You can ease into it. You can check the trail, stop, look it over, go back, ride it again, ride it again, ride it again until you feel comfortable laying down a heater.
Yeah. Yeah. And generally when you're laying down a heater, you're not going 100%.
Correct. A heater is 80%.
Well, I mean, yeah, it depends. I like to live like 86 to 90, 92% generally. You know, if I can exist there, I can do really well. If I get up above 90, whoo, man, it might work for a little bit, but it doesn't work the whole time. And when it doesn't work, you get spat over the bars, and it's a bad thing. So yeah, have fun, dude. That's the best thing I can say. Have fun, don't override, and soak it in, especially your first one. Man, I remember that first enduro. What a time it was. It was all muddy and gross. I was on my 429 with 235 icons. It was fun. So dude, 100 people, man. I don't think we've had anywhere near this much.
That's great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, we got some good people going on. Somebody talked, John Martinez talked about progressive trail building in Houston and how it's a major conflict. Dude, Houston has a massive community, some really, really hardcore people down there, and it's super flat, but they build some rad stuff. And from what I've seen, it's a bummer because a lot of it gets torn down. And you have this huge mix of people and hikers and all these different things. So everybody's kind of at odds where, you know, it's the same old thing. Hardly anybody ever wants to pick up a shovel and build, but they're okay getting on. You know,
they'll pick up a shovel and tear down.
You know, pick up a shovel and tear it down, or they'll get on and be keyboard warriors talking about how bad things are. So yeah, I like Houston. It's a cool place. We had an awesome clinic down there, and I can't wait to get back because the people are just rad. Like, it's really cool what we have here because there's a lot of money and a lot of infrastructure, but a place like Houston, they're looking to what's happening here to help build what they have. So pretty damn inspiring. Russell Davis, thank you so much for your videos. You've helped me and my son immensely. Hope to do a clinic someday. Heck yeah. I love that, man. I probably got like 4 or 5 of those messages today, and it's just cool. I dig it. I really like getting those messages because that's the reason. That's why we do them. And it was fun to have Rob on this last one. And some of the comments were great. People were freaking out. They're like, dude, yeah, you guys are related, man. The same mannerisms, and you have a face for radio. I mean, a voice for radio.
What they don't realize, since they most of the people only know you, they don't realize that you're copying me. It looks like I'm copying you, but really you're copying me.
I don't know. I
consider it a tribute, so I'm not offended.
Tribute. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a cover band, bro. I'm a tribute band.
That's right.
So tribute to Rob Drew. Well, the plan is to get you on a few more videos, I think, next year. So everybody out there watching, Big Rob will probably be in a few more, hopefully a
Yeah,
decent
I'm
amount more.
excited. I'm excited to be involved. I might even ride a bike and so.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude. We'll see. I like more you just explaining things, and I'll ride. I'll drop the stees. So yeah. What I know you can't talk about what you guys are making content wise, but you haven't been riding a whole lot, so now you're back. You had a little run where you didn't seem to be riding very
Yeah, I
much.
was just doing it. I was just working a lot, and we're so busy at work, and I feel bad because I want to do all the things that I've committed to do, but when the weather gets like it is here, and when I have other obligations that are bike related, I'm trying to juggle everything, and it's a lot to do. You blink your eyes, and a month goes by.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. Yeah, blink my eyes, and a couple of weeks went by before we did this. So,
Yeah,
well, it's good that you're back out riding. Um, One of the things that we worked with when I was there, two things that I didn't have was the Hero 9 and the drone. Why am I drawing a blank? What the hell's the drone called?
Skydio.
Audio drone. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that for a few minutes because the GoPro 9, a lot of people are talking about it. I didn't have any experience with it. You got it right when it came out,
Yeah, the
and you
nine
got the drone.
is the 9 is fantastic. The super slow mo on the GoPro 9 makes some unbelievable shots, and the bigger image sensor, it really makes a tremendous difference. So if you're trying to do, decent quality content, guerrilla style, you're just not going to be able to do better than that device. I mean, it works really good. I had the 8, and so I was on the fence, thinking, do I really need the 9? But I bought it anyway, and it's definitely worth the money. The thing is tremendous. It gets fantastic images. And when I got mine, I got the Polar Pro lenses. The 9 has the plastic or the glass lens is removable. It twists off, and the filters pop on the same way. So the old ones were magnetic from Polar Pro, and they were good. But if you bumped it if you had it on your chest and you bumped it with your chin, the lens or the filter would fly off, and they're expensive, so you don't want to scratch them. But the new ones lock on, so they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that's key. I was talking to some guys today, the dudes from Minnesota that I was riding with, and they were kind of into that a little bit. I said, you can do a lot with GoPros and a phone. If you have some moment lenses for a new iPhone, and then you have some of those filters for the GoPro, you can get some really good shots. And that's the only thing. The only
Yeah,
thing.
I've got the new phone, but I don't have a case to run my lenses yet, so I haven't had really a chance to use the camera on the new phone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see because I remember you and Andy were talking about it might look a little bit better, but you can do a lot. Like the last video that I posted, the line choice video was made with my iPhone 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, iPhone 11, and
And I think I was using my iPhone 11 too.
yeah, not even a gimbal. Um, it
Yeah, the
was
image stabilizing on the phone is awesome. It works really good.
we used your GoPro 9.
Yep.
And the audio off the GoPro 9 was awesome. When we used the phone, we used the Ceramonic mic, and then we used the drone. Those three things. That's it. And so it made it super easy to keep all the footage together and then edit from there. So it was pretty rad. Look at Lance dropping in a $5 super chat. Dude, I totally forget about that. I forget about that stupid super chat all the time, man. And then somebody drops some of it. I'm like, what's green? What's going on? Thanks, Lance. Have fun down there, dude. He said the new paint job is sick on the 275 bird, Rob.
The new what?
You got anything to say about the paint job on your on the Firebird?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's funny. I had a vision for that, and I have all red anodized parts. I have the i9 Enduro 305 Anolab wheels in red, and I needed a color. I needed a red on the frame that would match the anodized. So I did the candy on the frame a few weeks back, planning just to use it as the graphic color. But the whole frame, it was a lot of bright red, and it looked beautiful. And a lot of people were like, "You need to leave it like that." But my vision was the gray with the red logos, and so I buttoned that thing up yesterday, and I'm really happy with how it came out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to look good.
Someday I'll get me a custom paint job. It's just hard.
Yeah,
Nowadays it looks so damn good.
well, and I had asked Chris a couple of years ago. Everything I own is white and black, and so I had asked if I could do my own paint scheme for all my bikes,
Yeah.
and he was not okay with that.
Yeah.
It's really important that athletes are riding what is available. So yeah, for the most part, the bikes that I ride they're off the shelf bikes. There's nothing special about mine compared to what you would go to your local pivot dealer and buy.
Yeah.
So,
do you have your phone handy?
Yeah.
Go to Instagram and search and see if you can find Crosby Zoomerman, Zoomerman. Josh Jazz says that he's a 9-year-old local in Washington, and he inspires him and his buddies. So I want to see this.
I put in Crosby and he popped up first thing.
Really?
Yep.
That's cool. He must be legit then. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's legit. He's legit. Wow.
Yeah. Send me his
Yeah, he's doing bar spins and
yeah, dude, send me his profile. Thanks for pointing that out, Josh.
Yeah, little Suey there. He's got a bunch of ramps in his yard, it looks like.
Maybe we'll try to hook up with him at some point.
Here, I'm going to send this to you right now.
Cool. So Russell said he was in the Ville this weekend, sessioned a bunch of lower All-American. Yeah, dude, I bet there was a ton of people. I would have loved to have been there, but we had a clinic going down. It was really fun. But yeah, lower All-American is rad. I came through. Yeah, dude, I keep thinking about this every time we do this. And I'm like, dude, you got to get out here. We need to figure it out. I know you got your Thanksgiving plans. You may need to just roll out here after that.
I could probably do that.
Because, dude, like I said, especially if we're on a couple of SLs and you rip around and just, that'd be cool to see it. But yeah, there's so much more. There's so much more out here now, and it's so much more accessible. So
yeah, well, I mean, I've obviously I follow your feed and I see the stuff that pops up. I follow Garrett Hubbard and
yep,
and I follow Andy, and so I see I see it all.
Yeah, so it'll be good. Maybe we'll do something where we'll do like a little invite and get a big old group ride together with some people. I don't know exactly how that works, but boom, Russell Davis, $9.99 super chat. It's kind of funny because what he said is both of you have a beer on me. Rob and I are not big beer drinkers, but I'm getting him drinking a little bit of cider. So Russell, when he gets out here, we'll drink a cider. Maybe we'll do a day where we do a big ride, and then we'll get everybody over to like Meteor or Bike Rack Brewing or something, and you and
everybody can watch me drink a beer.
We can have a cider and start laughing and just saying stupid things, and everybody can laugh at us. So Joshua's pretty cool. Joshua said your videos maybe finally kill it on jumps. It's rad, dude. I love hearing that. And I'm excited to keep making more videos. I think jump videos, I don't know if there can be enough of them because there's so much to talk about. And every time I make one, I say some different things. And so, dude, we need to make one because your analogies, I think, will help even more people progress a little bit more at jumps. And that's what I keep finding. Like this weekend, we had an event that was great. It was
I looked at I watched Andy's the videos he put on the Ride Series Instagram stories, and it was cool.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's it's just interesting because some people progress at a faster rate, and it's hard because I can't always figure out why it is. And sometimes like it's arms, like it's cueing somebody to get their elbows out. And we had one student come through and we were 2 hours in. And as he came rolling in, I said, get your elbows out. And that was a game changer for him. All of a sudden, everything else just worked. And I never know what it's going to be because, like we've talked about, dude, it's simple for us. I look at a takeoff and realize what I have to do. I move, I manipulate my body with the bike to get as much lift as possible. And it's hard when people just can't do that. And so trying to break it down and
well, not just knowing that part, but then also when you give that initial input, you establish the calculation, you give that initial input, and then instantly you go, oop, that's not right. And you start correcting.
yeah.
People without that experience don't know it's wrong, and they just ride it right into the ground.
Yep.
I think of that last video where you jumped it, like you came in with all the speed, but you were going to head off too far left, so you just checked it real quick. And I think lower time riders might not have had the wherewithal to hold back like that, and they'd have sent it right into a minefield and just piled it up.
So it's funny because Jenny Brady, who's on, I think Jenny's been on every one of these. So I appreciate that, Jenny. And you always ask.
Hi, Jenny.
She said jump clinic on adding the steeds. That's a difficult one. Rob, give your quick input on the genesis of jump clinics and what your original thoughts were on me doing a jump clinic. Because I did it first. And what was your input?
Well, I'm apprehensive about it. It concerns me because there's a lot of risk involved. So, it was just like anything else. It was trial and error. See, how do you bring people in and progress them in a way that doesn't leave too much open for people to hurt themselves?
And that's a tough thing to do. And that's why I think very few people do it. And some of them that I've seen, they're, I don't want to say hastily done.
Well, the other thing is, if you want to do a jump clinic, it's imperative that you know how to jump. That's not something you can teach if you're not comfortable doing it. And at the level that I think we do it, especially you, I mean, when we pull the ramp back to 35, 40 feet and you just uncork one, that's not something that the average instructor is gonna be comfortable trying.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's funny because part of the reason to do that is to get people to understand all you're doing is adding
it's just more of everything we've shown them.
That's it. Yep. And if you understand it, and also I think, like you said, understanding when things go wrong and correcting them. It's just hard. It's hard to teach jumps. It really is. But
yeah, if you've never done it before, you can't possibly know what the outcome's supposed to be. No,
of course not. And that's the thing is, and I think that's what makes it very difficult for a lot of people is there's no substitute for time. And I mean, you heard me Sunday. I don't know how many times I said it. You can't rush this. You can't rush this. We're trying to give you an environment that's very safe, that's very friendly, to give you many reps that are repeatable in the same environment with the same takeoff from the same landing that we can incrementally move. And then we add in 4 other takeoffs. So we're trying to give you as much data as we possibly can. And that's the only way that you can get better, is to get proficient at understanding what the timing needs to be. And it's funny because it's just time. You need reps and you need experience. And it's hard to tell somebody who's in their 30s or 40s that you'll never jump as good as me. Like, I would bet almost everything I have, if you start that late, you'll never jump as good as you and I, because we started way earlier. I guess there's a possibility it's small, but you don't need to be upset because of that. You need to appreciate it and respect it and allow that to guide your progress. Your brain telling you should not be doing this, it's supposed to do that. So don't try to completely block it. Use it to make good decisions and try to find the best environment to build that data So your barometer of comfort slowly moves up. You're not getting lucky. You're comfortable. You're executing. So,
Well, one thing that's fantastic about bikes is even when you first start out, you are in a position where you can advance very rapidly, and so almost every time out, you're going to see improvement, and that's enjoyable. It's relative to your experience, your improvements relative to your experience, uh, but it's exciting still. No matter what level you're at, you can take little risks and you can get little rewards and you can find little victories, and it only gets better the further you go.
yeah. Yeah. It's funny. Somebody the other day, I think I told you about this, was physical age, chronological age, and time under task. So those three things together, you have to look at where are you at in those things. And it's funny because
I'm 1,000 years old.
physically, yeah, physically, some of your body parts are very old, but chronologically, you're not super old, but your time under task is incredible. So that, I don't know, those things. And, as I said, and I don't remember what triggered me to talk about the good. Remember how I said there's people that are good at jumping? Oh, I know what it is. So for the 87 people here, Chloe Woodruff came to our jump clinic last week in Phoenix. If you don't know who Chloe is, she's a factory pivot rider. So pivot stands, factory team. She's an Olympian. She's a very accomplished cross country rider.
Very high level.
Very, very high level. And she was there because she feels like she's just not confident in jumps. She's very confident everywhere else. And she wanted to get better at jumps. And with her, it was interesting because we needed to be very specific with her. We couldn't completely unprogram what she's doing to just make her better at jumps. Like, this is the prime example. When we teach jumping, we teach people to come in standing very tall so you can drop in to create some energy and get some lift. That doesn't work for her because her position is very low, a very aggressive position the majority of time. So what we need to do is her to open up just enough to deal with the jumps that she would deal with on a UCI cross country race course. And I basically said to her, good's not open to interpretation. Like, she's good. She's an Olympian. She races with the best in the world. So there's no argument there. She is good. That's where it starts. So when it comes to jumping, you may think you're good at jumping, but if you're not somebody that, frankly, people all around the world know is good at jumping, you're not good. Like, if you're the best person in your crew of riders, that doesn't make you good. That makes you the best person in a group of people that aren't very good. Good is empirical. Good is Brandon Semenuk. Good is Sam Hill. Good is Richie Rude. Guys like that. They are good. Nobody can argue that. It's a fact. Then everybody else is below that. And I think that's an important thing to think about when it comes to jumping. There's different levels, but that's what good is. And until you can get yourself in a position to aspire and get to where you can be physically with your chronological age, with your physical age, and time under task, I think that takes a long time. And people they want to rush it. They always want to rush it, and they always want to hit big jumps. So, yeah, Trevor right there said it good is Rampage. Tony P, $5. Dude, super chat. We're getting some dollar bills.
You're cleaning house on super chat.
We could buy a couple Onyx lattes and maybe some of those yummy croissants. Thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. He just saw the Insta with Dex. Dude, did you see my Insta stories with Dex?
No, I didn't see him.
I'll
go back and watch them.
You got to watch them. So yeah, what we did a little Insta with a MTB hopper. It's worth watching. It's pretty good. Who else do we got there? So you're saying my 2 inches of air off the curb doesn't qualify as a pro jumper. That's Robert. Robert, you're close, dude. You bring that 2 inches up to 4 and we might give you pro status. Yeah. All right. Anything else to add, dude? We're getting close to the end here. We only have an hour on the
on the tube.
I think this was good. We're going to get a little more organized for next.
Yeah, it was nice to get back on again.
Yeah, dude, that was rad to have 100 people. I think there was like 102 at one point. So
that's good.
I think that's pretty cool. You know, I'll try to get my connection better next time.
I was going to say some of them got frustrated with your glitching connection.
I did. Somebody said that. I didn't.
No, I'm
see
saying
that.
maybe some did and they bailed. They were like,
I don't know, man.
Can't take that connection.
I don't know. It might have been on your side. So cool. 23. Yeah, there you go. Right. You said 23 hours, 6 minutes to bed, Bill. That's a long drive, dude. But if you're coming out, let me know. All right, cool. Let's wrap it up. Dude, Trevor said he saw 109. Dude, that's huge.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's a pretty good number. You're yawning. You're not excited. You're like, whatever, dude. 109. I need 1,000.
I'm super pumped. I've been getting up at 3:30 every morning this week trying to catch the sunrise, and it's just been eluding us.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, good luck on that. I hope it works.
We got pretty much everything we needed today, late in the day. That's good. We went down Eliminator at the end of the day. It was like 6 at night. And Ryan did it with that 80-pound pack on his back. I was just blown away. Guys, he's a stunt mule.
I got to get this figured out. Thomas Winfrey's on. Dude, Thomas is on everyone's too. Thomas and Jenny on everyone, man. And Thomas comments on every YouTube video. So he's a rad dude. He says, it looks like you're trying to hack into the Matrix.
Yeah, that's you, not me. I'm good.
Dang it. I don't understand, man. I'll have to figure it out. It might be because the wind is pretty bad here. And I've noticed that when the wind is bad, sometimes it gets a little rough. So, all right, cool. Well, then we'll shut it down since I'm trying to hack into the Matrix. I need to get in there. What's his name? What's Keanu's name in the Matrix? His character. Neo.
Neo, yeah.
Yeah, Neo. Neo's waiting for me. So, and Max Headroom, Ryan Paloma said Max.
That's
Headroom.
what you look like is Max Headroom.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, you're glitching for sure.
Oh man. All right. We'll stop the glitching. All right, everybody. Thanks. 84 now still. That's rad. Jeremy Bechtold in. Jeremy's a rad dude too. You'd love Jeremy. So I think next time you come out, we'll give a little advance warning and we'll see who wants to come up. Maybe we'll make
Jeremy's been commenting on my stuff. So I appreciate
that. He's a rad dude and he's a big Pivot fan. So yeah. So you sold him. All right, dude. I'm going to go to sleep. Wake up early and get back at it. So thanks for joining in, everybody. We'll do it again next week. I'll try to give a day or two in advance and we'll come in with a different topic. Like we'll pick a topic for the first half hour and then we'll do some Q&A. So cool. All right, dude.
I like
Dumpers out.
Peace out, Dumpers.